Fox anchor Gregg Jarrett was recently jailed briefly after an altercation with police at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. He was intoxicated. He was causing a bit of a disturbance at one of the grills there.
Right?
They believe he was intoxicated. Right. I think the chances are fairly high. But anyway, police were called in. He refused to follow orders from them and was arrested for obstruction of the legal process and taken to jail.
Not good if a Fox anchor doesn't follow authority.
Exactly.
Like
Supposedly he likes them. I was not there. We don't know the exact details of what happened, but I have to imagine that there was a "do you know who I am?" thrown at the police at some point.
So. By the way, I'm sure the answer to that was no.
No,
I don't.
No.
Yeah.
You're on the weekend, right? But anyway, he is a host on the weekend. He's one of the anchors for Fox News. He's not a great guy. We've JR tracked down 2 clips of him talking about the transgendered community. Let's play the first one.
Bradley Manning continues, and people out there, don't send me angry emails that I refer to him as Bradley and not Chelsea and him instead of her. I don't do what Bradley Manning wants me to do, so thanks very much.
He also doesn't do what the police tell him to do, apparently. Let's roll the second one.
Well, she wants to be America's next top model, but there's a hitch on this one. The she actually used to be he, and I think still is. She tells, or he tells, Us magazine that she identifies herself as a woman born physically male. She's told you guys, my cards were dealt differently. Boy, that's an understatement. I got to tell you, she had me fooled when I went to the website. I couldn't pick her out. How about you?
A lot of people fooled, and a lot of these girls, you can't tell what they are. Not exactly like the most high-class group of women. Let's just say that. I mean, let's be polite.
Oh, man. Now, ISIS, and we're looking at her here, him.
First of all, hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realize they had a version of The Daily Show on Fox News on the weekends.
Yeah, I've seen that clip before. Every time I see that clip, I think I hate the Us Weekly reporter more than Gregg Jarrett. That little spindly little weasel.
Yeah,
I mean, she's
not a fan of either.
Like, don't try to be on TV so bad that you just have to join in that sort of hate.
You laugh at whatever they're laughing at.
That little hate parade.
Yeah.
And then Gregg Jarrett, I got it. Not everybody needs to come around on the transgender community as the exact same time that everybody else does. Everybody's going to get there eventually. It's going to take longer than gay marriage, but they'll get there. And we hope nobody's hurt in the meantime. But Gregg Jarrett, that Chelsea Manning clip, whatever. You can actually make the mistake about Bradley Manning and Chelsea Manning. I don't think it means you're a bad guy. That's hard. That's confusing for people. And but here's what you shouldn't decide to show when you're tough. Picking on somebody who's undergoing what is clearly a personal crisis of some sort, and they're in jail, and they can't defend themselves. Like, you big tough guy from your anchor desk there in New York. I don't do what Bradley Manning says. Oh, you're so tough, Greg. Oh, you're such a badass. I'm so
He's a tough guy. If he keeps at it, he might be a Sean Hannity someday.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also the way that he laughed in the second clip when he was like, he thinks that he's a she. Ha ha ha, as if he hadn't heard about it. An anchor on a major news network in the USA has no idea about the struggles that transgendered individuals
people
are trying to overcome.
There's a certain percentage of people who identify with another gender. What is it that you want us to do about those people?
Yeah.
What do you want us to do? Just
apparently mock them.
Right. Point. Ha ha.
I'm not personally one of them. But
well, now Gregg Jarrett has some issues.
Exactly. Now, look, he was briefly jailed. I have a feeling he'll probably be fine in the end, but I would not be surprised to find him in trouble with the police in the future, and if he does, we will cover it.
Well, they say he has some serious personal issues, and obviously I legitimately hope. When I went to audition at MSNBC for a couple of days, if I remember correctly, he was nice to me. So he wasn't overly nice to me, but he was nice to me.
Okay, noted.
And I was stuck on his show for the full. He had to deal with me, and it probably wasn't that pleasant for him. So personally, for his serious personal issues, seriously, get better, take them seriously. But don't pick on the little guy. Just don't do it. Exactly. Don't have your fun picking on people who are in distress. That's just flat out not cool. I think he's the first conservative ever arrested at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport who didn't claim to just have a wide berth. I think.
Nice. Yeah, but your last point was good too. I mean, about the not picking. That's why conservatives have a problem doing comedy, especially political comedy, is they do think that you're supposed to punch down, and it's not particularly funny.
No, it's not hilarious.